Hello everyone, this is Linda, and I want to thank you for all the wonderful comments and the new people that have just subscribed to me in the last month, especially on the new face device that I use every morning on my face. I want to show you today my nighttime routine. I've already washed my face. I wasn't wearing a lot of makeup today, so if I do have makeup on, I am using the Estee Lauder Advanced Micro Cleansing Balm, and this is phenomenal. This will take everything off. I will usually take it's a very thick kind of oily substance. It's a balm, and when you run it around your face, you can put this on by your eyes, although I normally don't do that. I usually use Bioderma micellar water for my eye makeup, and then I always double cleanse. So I put all over my face, down my neck, down my chest. I'm wearing my PJs right now, and let this sit, and then what I will do is wet my hands a little bit and keep rubbing my face with it on with my wet hands, and it'll become like a creamy substance. And then just take a warm washcloth and just kind of pat it and rub it all over my face and all the way down my neck. Then I usually take this one, this SkinCeutical Gentle Cleanser, either that or the Tatcha oil cleanser. Love those as a second cleanse. Rub this all over, again with the washcloth, take it down my neck and rinse off. Then my favorite toner right now is, so I have two routines. One routine is for days where I am going to be using Retin A. Retin A is a vitamin A derivative. You could probably know it as a tretinoid, Retin A. There are several brands depending on what your options are. For example, Differin right now is actually being sold over the counter if you have acne prone skin. The one that I use, and I get a prescription for this, is the Tazarec, and I use this every other night. This is the 0.05%. They come in 3 strengths. The lighter one is the 0.025. If you're going to start doing a Retin A, start with that. Start with 1 day a week. Build your way up to every other day, to once a day, every night. I've managed to only get to the 0.05%, because I found when I tried to go to the 0.1%, I got very flaky, very dry, red, irritated. It wasn't worth it to me. Now so what I found that works for me, and as long as you're consistent, it'll work, is I do this every other night. Okay, I do this every other night. So on the nights that I'm using this, your day and your evening cleanses should be mild. Therefore, my toner, after I've cleansed, I use the Aven, what is this, Gentle Toning Lotion. Now if you notice, now I've shaken it. It's a very, very mild toner. It is really, it helps to remove, it completes makeup removing and soothing. I find that this leaves a nice cooling sensation. So then I just put some in my pad here. Now, like most of everybody that I watch on YouTube, everybody uses the Shiseido pads. They're like $9 a package. What I try to do is I wait till Ulta or Sephora has their 20% off, and then I stock up. So then I just sweep this across and down and across, just gentle. I do take this around the eyes because it feels comfortable and it's not harmful. It's just gentle. It has a lot of the Aven thermal spring waters. And of course, I do my chest all the way down because, don't forget the chest. So, don't you just love it when women have done things to their face, but then they avoid their chest and their necks and their chest. And that's when you know where the age shows up. So I just sweep this across. Now, because today is a retin-A day, I wait a half an hour in between before I proceed to the next step, which is putting the retin-A. Before you put a retin-A on, you need to make sure your skin is completely dry. The reason, if your skin is not completely dry, the product will absorb much deeper. And you don't need this to absorb any deeper than it goes on its own. So what I do is I take this, I take it's about a pea size amount, about that much, pea size amount, and I dab this all over my face, okay? So what I will do is I will wait the 30 minutes, and I will be right back. So the other thing that I do while I wait for my skin to dry so that I can put on my retin-A, my Tazarac, is I put on Latisse. Yes, because I am postmenopause due to a hysterectomy. My lashes and my hair started to get very thin and very short. My eyelashes, I used to always have long eyelashes, and the eyelashes just disappeared. So I started using Latisse, and I'm not having any problems with it. I know that some people have noticed darkening around their lids and all that. I've had no problems with it. I have tried other ones like I'm using right now on my brows, Revita Brow Advanced. They have a Revita lash. Some people are swearing by it. I don't know that I saw a difference. Of course, I was, when I went to use it, I was already had used Latisse. I didn't see that I lost any of the lashes. I just didn't see any further improvement. So it's really whatever one you prefer. Revita lash, Grande lash is supposed to be really good. I have used Revita lash. I actually have some for, especially for travel, because this is more difficult because you do need a, to bring a brush with you in order to dispense this. So what I do here, and this is while my skin is drying, so I put this on. So I just literally put in one drop in the cap. Now these come with their own, brushes, and I got to tell you, I think it's just a way for them to sell product, because you really don't need an individual brushes. After all, you use the same mascara. Now, as long as you're clean about it, okay? So then I take and I just dip my brush in and just sweep right at the lash line. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this other side. Dip again. And you want to stay as close to the lash line as possible. Now, I'm going to put on the Revita Brow, but I also just take whatever I have left over. I get sparse, like right about here. I'm just putting some in there, and then some in some of the bolder spots. And I'm just going to wait till that dries. And, I don't have a lot of the issues that a lot of women our age, or my age anyway, had, where the 90s, the 80s, glorious 80s, where we made our eyebrows so thin that some women never got theirs back. I guess that's the beauty of being a hairy Italian. So mine came back. Problem now is that they're turning white. So now That's it. So then I just cap that, and I just wait until I'm ready to put on the Retin-A. By that time, this will all be dry, and I'm ready to go. So again, tonight is the night that I'm actually going to wear Retin-A. So the nights that you are going to be using Retin-A, and I do this every other night, on the nights that I know, starting from the morning, but on the nights that I know that I'm going to be putting on Retin-A, use a very gentle cleanser. If I'm removing my makeup, I'll remove my makeup, double cleanse with a cream cleanser, like the SkinCeutical one. And I keep it very gentle. I tone it with the Aven toner. If it's the opposite night, the night after I've done Retin-A, the routine is a little bit more exfoliating. Because one thing that Retin-A will do is maybe leave you with some dry patches, like on your nose. I get them like right in between my eyebrows. I get it right about here, okay? So what I do is in the morning or at night, usually at night, I will take my trusty Clarisonic. Yes, this one's still working. And I will use an exfoliating cleanser. The one I really like is the Neo-Cutis. This is the exfoliating skin cleanser. This has glycolic in it. It's got about 10% glycolic acid in it. And what I'll do is I will wet my face. I'll spread some of this gel. And it comes in a gel format. I will put it this gel. See, it comes in a gel format. Okay. I will spread this all over my face, and I'll let it sit for a little bit. Okay. Because as it sits, it kind of breaks down some of the scaly skin. And then I will wet my Clarisonic and go through. One thing about a Clarisonic, don't ever press. Just kind of let it glide. And I'll wait for the beep and go down my neck, my T-zone, and then I'll do the cheeks. I will run it down my neck and my chest as well. Okay? This is how I cleanse. When I know that night I am not going to be wearing Retin-A. What I do instead of then toning, what I will use is a glycolic pad. Now I like these. You can get these at Sephora. They're the Kane & Austin 10% retexture pads. They're very thin. Let me show you these pads. They're very thin. Come on out. I say there are 60 pads in these. So this lasts me about, 3 months. If you see, they're very thin. And they're very gentle. I mean, they're just glycolic, so you will feel some tingling. And I just sweep this across my face. If you don't have a sensitive neck, you can take this all the way down your neck and your chest. I happen to have a line, thanks Mother Nature, right here that, since I've gotten older, and it seems to get, this is a little bit too strong for me to take all the way down my neck. So what I will do is I'll run it right to about midway, and then I'll take it down my chest. Okay. What this does is take all the little flaky skin off, but in a chemical way. So you let this dry on your face, okay? And then you follow with the moisturizers that I'm going to show you, okay? So I think it's time for me to go ahead and put on my Retin-A. So let me show you that. So I think everything is dry. So I'm going to take, again, a pea-size amount, okay? And then I'm going to dab this all over. The reason you dab it is because that way you can spread it out evenly throughout. Now, what I do, a little bit more here, what I do is I'll put some here and here and here. And then I do take some, because my skin's used to it at this point, somewhat used to it, I do use this on my eyelids, but like on the upper eye of the eyelid. Okay, I don't go all the way down. So, and that's it. Then I'll start to spread this, and then I do go like right along the bone of the eye, and just go across, and then do the same thing on the other side. try to run it down my neck. Again, avoiding that line. And then my nose. And then spreading that out well. Take whatever I have and go very gently up the eyebrow. Because, you know, that is one of the places that we age the most. I go right up the hairline and then just spread it. Just kind of press it in. Kind of press it in. That's it. And that's it. So now, let me set up my timer, another 30 minutes. I want to make sure that this all soaks in. And then what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to put a moisturizer on over it, put some eye cream, and go to bed. And that's it. I will suggest one of the things that I found that really helped my skin tremendously, not just my skin, but most of my hair, is a silk pillowcase. They're not cheap. I bought mine at the Nordstrom's anniversary sale, just happened, and they happened to have had a set of 2 Slip, S-L-I-P, Slip brand silk pillowcases. They were, for 2 pillowcases, I think $108, so not cheap, but they're very much worth it. They don't soak up the product off your face. You know, you put a moisturizer on in a cotton pillowcase, it'll just be sucked up. So I found that this doesn't do that. Okay, and that's it. So right now I'm just going to wait till this soaks in, and I'll be right back. So it's been 30 minutes, and now it's time to put on my moisturizer. I feel like it's, you know, the Retin-A is nice and soaked in. So now I'm going to show you the moisturizer that I like for under my eyes. And being 54, that's one of the places, obviously, that you'll see more of the, you know, the crepiness of the skin, okay, is underneath the eyes. So what I've found that really seems to work is this SkinCeutical AGE Eye Complex. AGE is anti-glycolization. Anyway, so it really is nice and creamy, and I love this stuff. You don't need a lot, so I really wish this came in a pump, but I guess it can't because it is pretty creamy. So I take just a little bit in between my ring finger, and I just pat it around. And I'll just pat it underneath my eyes. Pat it underneath my eyes. Bear with me, I have a mirror right here on the side. And then, you know, take your fingers and don't rub, preferably you pad. And then I do carry this. This is one that you can put around your eyelids, because some of them you can't, because it's too, some of the products are not made for eyelids, but this one is quite soothing. And because I've worn, because I did Retin-A up there, I want to make sure that I get in there and make sure I keep that all moisturized. And, you know, tap it along the bone. Okay. And then I was told eye creams are great for right around your lip lines, right there. Okay, to just get those lip lines, get that area moisturized. And then I follow it with, this is one of my favorites. This is by Skin Medica. It is a TNS Ceramides Treatment Cream. It has, this is a, what it says is for dry or post-procedure skin. Now, I do use this when I give myself when I do dermabrasion, microdermabrasion, or when I do my derma roller. I use this every time because Retin-A can make your skin feel a little bit, you know, dry or sensitive. So this seems to make sure that that doesn't happen. What this says is this ceramide-rich treatment cream with the patented growth factor blend TNS and peptides help restore the skin's moisture balance to dry post-procedure skin. So you can wear this AM or PM. And I usually use this just in the PM because it is really rich. So what I do is I take a nice amount. And again, I dab it all the way around to make sure that I get an even coverage. And I do carry this down my neck. It's wonderful for the neck area, especially in the evenings. That's it. I just spread this over, spread this around. Okay. And kind of like pat it in. And go all the way up to the hairline. Okay. Just spread it nice and evenly. I might take a little bit more for underneath, for my neck area. Okay. And that's it. And that's pretty much it. That's my nighttime routine. It does take a little bit because I do want to wait that half an hour for my skin to absorb the retin-A. But I usually take my skincare, my makeup off, usually around 7, 8 o'clock at night, so that I give myself a chance to really enjoy the spa-like treatments I'm giving myself. And then lastly, at night, I start by, and I use this day and night. This is the SkinCeutical Antioxidant Lip Repair. Now, you know, some people have liked this, some people don't. I enjoy it. It's a, you know, it comes out in a really, the pump like wants to dispense way too much, but I just take a little bit. Watch, now it's empty. Oh, there it is. Okay, then I just take a little bit and then just dab it on my lips and just rub it in. And I find if I rub it and I rather vigorously, it makes my lips feel nice and moisturized. That's it. And you can just go outside your lip line. And that's it. And I'll let that just kind of dry a little bit. And I may add another balm on top of it right before I go to bed. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me below. As you noticed, I do use a lot of medical grade skincare because what I find is for the amount of money, some of the higher end, like I'm looking at Sephora, things like Drunk Elephant, Tatcha, Belief, the new Korean beauty ones, you know, the Dior's, the everything. There's some expensive. La Mer, they want something like what? Like ridiculous amount of money, like $1,200 for a cream. These, they don't have any medical science behind them. The ones that I'm suggesting actually do have science behind them. So what I will do, what I do enjoy, and I'm going to show you this, and sometimes I use this day and night. When all of this is soaked in, maybe another 10 minutes, sometimes what I will do is I will dab 1 drop of this Drunk Elephant Virgin Marula Oil, Luxury Marula Oil, underneath my eyes to really let, you know, intensify the moisture. I find that this is really nice even right before you're putting on your concealer, like a couple minutes before you do your foundation, put a couple dabs of this into under your eyes, finish up, and then go and do your concealer. This is lovely underneath. 1 drop, even a small drop of this underneath your eyes is phenomenal. So I think the medical grade skincare is absolutely worth it. There are places like premierlook.com, dermstore.com that, you know, they give you discounts all the time, you know, between 15 to 20%. And if you get them at that price, you know, a little goes a long way. And honestly, I think they're worth the price. So anyway, I appreciate you watching this video. If you've enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe below, and share with your friends. I'd love to talk to you. I do this because I enjoy skincare and I enjoy makeup. And I think us older girls can appreciate our experiences and the changes in our own skin. And I just want to share. So thank you again.